everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game. And we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Wilson Seahawks going up against Manning's Giants. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thanks. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants. Josh Brown's got us teed up and ready to roll. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the fourth-year man from Texas A&M, Christian Michael. And he'll be tackled just... past the 35 at the 36. So second down, 3 yards to go now. First carry for Thomas Rawls. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. And this offense often hinges on one of the best tight ends in the league, and that's Jimmy Graham.
I think he made up for lost time when he got to the NFL because in college, he was mainly a basketball player, a defender who couldn't score. Now he's flipped it around in the NFL. Every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to score.
Throwing is Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. They're able to locate Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. Give him 23 yards on the pickup. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. First down, this is Rawls. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. We get a look at the defensive starters for the New York Giants, and they finally ramped things up in Week 7. They were -10 in turnover margin going into that game over in London, +3 there.
Fantastic day for them overall. And remember all the offseason acquisitions that they made. Olivier Vernon on the defensive line, Janoris Jenkins at cornerback. They really came up big for them in London. How about Jenkins with the return against his former team, the Rams?
Yeah, 4 total interceptions after 2 the entire season prior to that game.
Let's just go ahead and state the obvious. You're going to want a big game out of that guy. Big-time run to get things started. But even more importantly, coming in on the road, trying to silence the crowd, take them out of it a little bit, slow down the emotions of the game, and get yourselves under control and feel like, yeah, we're going to be okay on the road.
And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
On the carry, Michael. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you talk about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. On third down, Wilson. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. So opening drive, third down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jimmy Graham from 6 yards away. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing now is Manning. Cruz has it over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's third and short. Here we go now with a look at the offensive starters for the New York Football Giants.
And Rashad Jennings, a running back, 7th-round pick when he came out. People tended to overlook him a little bit. But the last half of 2015, when he got the ball full-time, he showed his wares. Over 800 yards, he definitely has a 1,000-yard season in his future. So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell, sell, sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead, he slips it off to the running back, and when you get one set perfectly, you have to catch the ball. And that didn't happen on that play.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I tell you, on 4th and 1, when you're way back on your side of the field, I thought this might just be an attempt to draw him off and get the first down that way. But they were going for it the whole time, and they wind up getting it.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Jennings. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Well, the game across the pond for Jennings, 13 carries, 25 yards. He did hit pay dirt, Charles, but the rushing attack for the Giants is pretty much non-existent right now.
And that's all anyone in the New York area is talking about. How do they get the running game going? Rashad Jennings was pretty darn good in 2015. Had the injured thumb early, been a little ineffective, maybe needs some help from his offensive line. Don't be surprised, though, if Paul Perkins, the rookie, might start to get a few more carries.
Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They get 31 yards that time, and the Seahawks are going to have a first down.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Pitch goes to Rawls. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
They stay on the ground. Rolls again. Looking for a crease. Can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
It's caught outright by Graham. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that fourth down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
They'll run with Rawls. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They go again with Rawls. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
The tackle by Janoris Jenkins. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. Second and 5. A 10th carry for Thomas Rawls. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The linebacker, Kelvin Shepard, brings him down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And the seemingly endless drive continues. They come out with one back and three tight ends. They run with a power back. Rawls. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On every snap, a defense is trying to establish who they are, but on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays. Oh, he's not going to get it by much, but on 4th and 1, all you're worried about is moving the sticks. And here he's able to fight his way forward for a couple of yards, and that's all he needed.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. This is turning into a bit of a death march here, the 13th play of this drive. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Bengal, Leon Hall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And New York set to take the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So after the INT, it's Manning. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. Well, week 6, OBJ had that incredible 222-yard game. But just 5 catches, 49 yards in that low offensive performance over in London.
One thing I know about the Rams, when they decide to concentrate on defending someone, they usually do a pretty good job with their pass rush and with their coverage. What they hold him to, 5 catches, 49 yards in the game. But he's still Odell Beckham Jr. That means he took attention away from other people who could make some plays.
Well, the Giants still got the win. They'll get 19 yards there. And it's first down, New York. Throwing on first down is Manning. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Again, they'll throw with Manning. Harris has it over the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And quick. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Brown able to put it through. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Now Manning throwing on second down. Caught left side. It's Beckham. 23 yards on the play.
But that's the kickstarter right there. Eli Manning finding his guy, Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, it's a deadly combination, isn't it?
It really is, but what really makes it work is just how unflappable Eli is with his demeanor, able to maintain his calm and his poise. Because we know OBJ, he can run pretty hot and get excited out there.
Sometimes just one-handed grabs for him.
It doesn't matter what it is. Just throw it up there. He'll go get it.
To throw is Manning. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Manning will try again on second down. And he rifles one incomplete. Larry Donnell, the one he was trying to get it to. Third down here. Throwing is Manning on third down. It's caught. Shepard. They give him 12 yards and a first down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it'll be first down, Giants.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
And now they're in the hurry-up. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read. Better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Third down and 12. Throwing is Manning. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down. The Giants will look to Josh Brown for the field goal try. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And the 13-year man puts it through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline, somewhat happy.
And he is going to be taken down inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. Because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They run again with Jennings. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
What we're seeing from the defense here is a group of guys bearing down, trying to help out their quarterback after he threw an interception. Good stops on the first 2 downs. It brings up a key 3rd down.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now Manning. And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So they're going to go for 2. Eli's going to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
As we prepared for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on 2-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
No doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on 2-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 2nd down now after the incompletion. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on 3rd. Here's Wilson. And he's out of bounds, able to get it up right near the 25 to the 24.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the 1st down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Well, that's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout. Defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. Complete. Richardson has it. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
11 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Seahawks a 1st down. And they're going to speed things up here. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. On first down, Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And this is going to be incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
Second and 10 now, Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down. That partner, nice little connection there on the corner route.
The receiver set it up perfectly, worked his way inside, and then broke it back to the outside for the completion.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jimmy Graham, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
Zebra, zebra. Kill, kill. Zebra, zebra, zebra. Tighten up, tighten up.
Manning to throw on second down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Dwayne Harris, the intended target, and it's third down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion. A nickel look by Seattle on third down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. Cruz has it over the middle, and he's going to have yardage to the 35. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Manning to throw on second down. Caught. It's Cruz left side. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Play clock winding down. Here's Jennings. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Shift together here from the D-line. That was Jennings. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Time for a break. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come out here in the I. Jennings. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that. Now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down. Have to stop them, have to get the football.
And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
This is turning into a bit of a death march here, the 13th play of this drive. So 2nd and goal here from the 9. This is Jennings. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That about that victory.